In the cutthroat world of tech, where buzzwords often trump genuine innovation, Melissa was a quiet force. For 3 years, she poured her brilliance into Vanticor, meticulously building their back-end infrastructure from the ground up. She was the silent architect, the unsung hero, the one who made the magic happen. Not with magic beans like Kubernetes, but with sheer skill and dedication. But then came Eric, the new VP of Engineering, a man whose voice was discount bourbon, and whose office felt like a villain's lair from a mid-budget Netflix drama. He arrived with promises of synergistic cross-functional cultural models, and a penchant for ignoring the very people who kept the company afloat. Melissa, who dared to not giggle at his Slack memes, quickly found herself on the chopping block. 3 years of tireless work reduced to a goddamn LinkedIn buzzword funeral. The architect's last stand. What Eric didn't know, what none of them knew, was the secret Melissa held. Deep within the very core of Vanticor's proprietary platform, she had built a security system like no other. Identity stacks, build pipelines, cloud provisioning, even the admin dashboard themes, all nested within a Russian doll of containerized security. And the key to it all, her proprietary encryption key, air-gapped, generated on a Raspberry Pi Zero, and tucked away under her kitchen sink. It wasn't about revenge, she told herself, it was about security. But a sweet side effect? Perhaps. The final insult came when she saw the asset reassignment list. Kyle Johnson, intern, now project lead. Kyle, the guy who thought rebooting the cloud was a real thing. The corporate betrayal was complete. The storm gathers. Melissa left Vanticor with a quiet click, no dramatic goodbyes, just the silence that creeps in before a building explodes. She nuked her credentials, archived her emails, and watched. That night, the first email arrived from Kyle, a desperate plea for Jenkins API creds. Melissa just smirked. Jenkins was spelled Jenkins, API was lowercase, and Kyle, bless his heart, couldn't tell Docker Hub from GitHub or Heroku. The man had the technical clarity of a magic 8-ball in a blender. She knew exactly what was coming. Vanticor had built their castle on her foundation. Then kick. Ed her out, lit a match, and handed the fire extinguisher to a guy who probably thought Bash was a startup. She started a new archive folder. Contact attempt #1. She wasn't being cruel. She was staying out of the blast radius. The walls began to crumble. Days turned into a week, and Kyle's emails grew increasingly frantic. Meanwhile, inside Vanticor, chaos reigned. Jenkins pipelines failed, staging environments wouldn't deploy, and logs were filled with silent failures Melissa had warned them about in a 32-page document no one ever read. They even hired a contractor who, 2 hours later, vanished, unable to penetrate Melissa's paranoid-by-nature security infrastructure. Vanticor's leadership, still in denial, finally sent Melissa a threatening email, accusing her of leaving systems deliberately non-functional. Melissa's reply was chillingly brief. You had every opportunity to keep me. Good luck then. She hit send and focused on her new job, where her CTO actually read her Git commits. The truth unveiled. The whispers started. Tweets with popcorn emojis, LinkedIn posts about bold new chapters. Vanticor was trying to spin the story, but the truth was seeping out. Internal Slack channels became a digital triage ward. Melissa received private messages from former colleagues, detailing the spiraling disaster. She had built a system designed to self-isolate when touched incorrectly. A system that now, without her key, was slowly suffocating. A silent signal video arrived, Weekly Sync Hell Edition. It showed Eric in a full-blown meltdown, while Kyle, pale and exhausted, bravely defended Melissa, admitting she had documented everything. The validation was a quiet triumph. The unstoppable collapse. Then came the certified letter, thick with legal jargon, but its core message clear. A primary infrastructure access token remains unaccounted for. This token or key is required for full system functionality. They were begging. They didn't even understand what they were missing. They just knew everything was broken. Melissa placed the letter in her nice try folder. Her new job was everything Vanticor wasn't: respectful, intelligent, and appreciative. She was finally treated like the principal systems architect she was. Meanwhile, Kyle's emails became desperate pleas for mercy, as Vanticor hurtled towards its public investor demo. Demo day, the reckoning. Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. The Vanticor investor demo. Melissa didn't need to watch the live stream, but she did. The CEO, all teeth too white, spouted buzzwords about scalable, modular, future-proof platforms. Then it happened. The dashboard stalled. An error flashed. Fatal error. Encrypted kernel signature not found. Authentication failed. Root chain invalid. The UI collapsed, the screen went gray, and the dreaded message appeared. System lockdown engaged. Unauthorized access threshold exceeded. The live stream chat exploded. Eric looked like he'd swallowed a snowball. Kyle stared into the camera like a man on the edge of the universe. Melissa opened her draft reply to Kyle's final message. No hesitation, just the truth. Your boss should have paid me what I was worth. She hit send. She didn't read the headlines, didn't check social media. She didn't need to. She had the key, they had hubris, and the countdown had reached 0. Melissa wasn't just an engineer, she was the system, and they had just learned in the most brutal way possible that they never had the manual.